What's up guys, Maritime Spook here, and just out guys, I got something really cool to show you. I got a little package from Schrade there yesterday, and I got basically two of the knives are ones that, you know, they had a little bit of coverage on them but not a lot, and just a few videos from some other cool channels. And you know, one of them is more, I guess you would see a mainstream one that you're starting to see videos of, but I absolutely love it guys, and it's just a really excellent knife. And you know, as I say, as far as the budget wise goes, you know, some of these can't be beat for the price. Also, just to address one thing, I talked to a fella in one of the comments he had made of the price here in Canada of the SCH F42, which is, like I had said before, somewhat of my adventure knife. Triple X is my knife brand, guys. It really is. But with these Schrades, as far as going out and having something that has this, you know, has a coating that this does and everything, and I'll show you a shot of the bay before we go because it looks nice right now. And I'm going to be going out before the tide comes in and doing a hike here in a few. Exercise is what I need, my doctor says. So basically, guys, with the coat and everything, this is a knife I like to take on the beach because it's got that good titanium nitride coating. So anyway, these guys, they are quite pricey on Amazon. I guess around $90, $89. I'm going to be inquiring maybe to try to get, you know, somehow maybe some of them up here that are cheaper. I'm not sure. But another thing too, just to let you guys know, knifecenter.com, they ship to Canada and they have a very good track record of shipping to Canada. So you can get these knives a little bit cheaper from there and have them shipped up here, and then still the cost is still going to be underneath, you know, that $89. So if you don't want to go through Amazon and you want one of these 42s or the 42D, which has a field test that I have to get uploaded, you know, you can go through Knife Center. But this knife here, guys, one of the one they sent is one that I was super interested in when I first saw it. It really reminds me as growing up as a kid here in New Brunswick, Canada, and having you know, some of the guys I sort of looked up to, you know, my stepdad included, and you know, some other people in the neighborhood, because I grew up in a very rural area and everybody hunted and fished and everything, and a lot of the fellas, they had always had a bone handle knife. Now I've had a couple in my time. This is an actual bone. It's Delron, which is a saw cut material that is basically, they say, indestructible, and it is very tough, and I've heard from a lot of people how tough it is. And everything's getting wet because we're getting this sort of wet snow, but that's okay because I love you guys and we're out here doing some videos, so whatever. But so I love the idea, and this is an absolutely beautiful handle, guys. It's got these brass pins in here and a brass bolster, and ergonomically, first guys, anyway, one of these beautiful Schrade leather sheaths that they do, excellent job. It's a classic look. It's something that, you know, a 1700s fur trapper, that you could see them wearing this on their side, no problem. And it's very nicely done, very thick welt leather here, stitched very well, just an immaculate sheath. You got a clip closure at the top to keep her secure. But I'm getting into the meat and potatoes here of the knife, and here it is. But ergonomically, guys, you can see the cutouts in that Delron handle. This thing, I mean, there really isn't any other way to describe it, but it is an extension of your hand. When you put that in your hand, and I've said before, I wear an extra large glove. I've got real estate at the bottom there, and I think even anybody that holds it, not just my hand size, my girlfriend was kind of handling it last night, and she even said, you know, once you get your hands in there, that's a good grip, and I mean, it just feels really good in hand. You know, very, very, very good job on ergonomics. And the point being, if this is a Skinner, this is your Hunter or your Skinner, you do have to have those grips to cut through things and whatnot. But why I wanted to get this, guys, their main reason wasn't just because of the bone handles that I thought were so handsome and very tough. Another reason is, to me, it reminds me, where this is upswept like this and has such a belly, of what you call a Hivernet knife. And a Hivernet knife, Mora makes one, there's some other ones out there, Condor makes one, and they're a knife that in the Arctic is utilized an awful lot, because they're cutting heads off of fish a lot in the Arctic, and they're, you know, skinning seals, and a lot of stuff, and a lot of the guys here on the Bay of Fundy, on a lot of the fishing boats, if you get on a fishing boat, you're pretty well going to find one of those Hibbernet knives with the upswept belly. So I want to try this out, and I'm going to say right off the bat, even though it is a thick full tang knife, it's got a 4.6 inch blade, 7CR, 17 MOV, and it's got basically a 4.5 inch handle. This isn't a knife that I'm going to be taking out and, you know, baton and birch with it or anything like that. So I mean, this is more a knife that this is your sort of camp chores, you know, if you're processing animals or fish. I can't wait to spring to the fishing season. I'm gonna get my son's, you know, when I didn't get a license for a couple years, guys, he didn't express a lot of interest. Like, he did, but he didn't, and now he's just super right into fishing. So we're gonna I'm gonna go get my license. So we're gonna use this to gut our fish and stuff in the summer, just because of the belly, and I just really like the idea of it. And also along the way, you know, some other tasks. But I mean, as far as wood processing, it will do it. This thing is absolutely razor blade sharp. But as far as it goes, guys, you know, I just don't see this being a knife that I'm going to want to baton with and, you know, cut notches and just whatever. I've got plenty of other knives that can fill that bill, and this is more just, you know, your hunting knife, and that's what I would call it. But that being said, most people that carry a hunting knife, it does all the tasks that they want it to do. So it's not so much, you know, you could use that for that. So don't get me wrong that way. Don't look at it as this knife won't do it, because it will. I just probably won't do it with it. That's what I'm trying to say. But if you want to get it as your all-around knife, I don't think you'd have a problem at all. This thing's very toughly made and good material, and just very, very good knife. So anyway, guys, I just want to share that with you. And like I say, this is the 183 UF Uncle Henry, another division of Taylor Brands, which is Schrade company. And I just want to say thank you to them guys. They've been really good to me, and support the channel and help me get these knives out to show you some quality knives that I really think are, you know, top notch. There's no more, you know, they're in the club. They're like, you know how Africa has a big 5? Well, there's basically a big 5 or 6 in the knife, you know, community for budget knives, I mean, and they're right in there now, guys. So anyway, it's Maritime Spook signing out. This is the 183H or 183 UH by Schrade Taylor Brands Uncle Henry. And just keep your stick on the ice. Stay tuned for some more. I got a couple more that I want to show you here right off the bat. So stay tuned, guys. We'll get some videos pumped out of this new Schrade stuff. And I got some XXX stuff coming up. I'm getting a really cool knife that's being finished right now to show you. And also another one that I already have by XXX that I named, and it's just really cool. So we'll get that off to you too. So anyway, guys, keep your stick on the ice. Stay safe. Give you a little shot of the bay here, because we are getting a storm, but it's pretty beautiful out right now. And I'm going to go for more of a hike here on the beach with my furry Duck Commander hat. She's starting to come down now, guys. But I better get my little butt down on the beach and get some exercise. Take her easy, guys.